Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do 3 kinds of brows that I do like to wear on my face. I know I look a little bit weird without any brows on, but I've never did a full face of makeup with no brows on. The first step of makeup for me is doing my brows, so this looks kind of weird. But anyways, I'm going to show you three ways that I do my brows. I'm going to do the pointy brow, the straight brow, and my standard arched brow. The tools you will need is the mirror. So I'm using my compact mirror. And I'm going to use my Dipbrow by Anastasia and an angled brush. You can use a pencil, you can use whatever you like to do your brows with. So starting off, I'm going to do the straight brow. Actually, the pointy brow. I don't know which one I'm going to do. Let me do the pointy brow first. So what I'm going to do first is take a little bit of my product and be sure to smooth out the tips. Okay? What I particularly like to do, since taking product initially you have a lot, I like to start in the middle of my brow just to have most of it on. So this is the pointy brow. I am going to start with the base line of my brows. I'm going to make a line to have the foundation for my brows. So I'm going to start from here and just go straight up. I'm ignoring the sparse hairs that I have here. This is how my brows actually grow. They grow more here and then a little bit out. So I'm able to cheat this. And just fill in lightly going forward. Just want to get rid of the extra product. And then I'm going to go back here to the tail and make a point. And then fill in. Made a little bit of a mistake. Even if you make a mistake, you'll always go back with concealer to shapen up. So I'm going to go back to the front and fill in. And you just want to use your brush really lightly to distribute product in the front. When doing your eyebrows, you always need a spoolie, so let me get that. This is a CC Fashion brush. Any old spoolie would work. I'm just going to go in and flick upwards with my spoolie just to align my hairs and soften the brow product. Now you see the edge is not as pointy as you like. I'm definitely going to go in with concealer and it's going to look awesome and sharp. So I'll be right back. So you'll definitely need concealer while doing your brows. I love to conceal my brows because I do it in so many kinds of ways. But for a pointy brow, you want it to be on point and sharp. So I'm going to take a little bit of NC45 and NW45 and mix it. By the way, this is an e.l.f. Professional Concealer Brush, so you just want something pointy and defined to help you get a sharp angle on your brows. So I know there's a lot of products, so I'm just going to start in the middle and just, distribute it. Then I get to the most important part, which is tail, which you want to be really pointy. So I'm just going to conceal right at the edge. And as you can see, then you're blending down. As you can see, you instantly have sharp brows. And always blend out your concealer. And I always do that with my ring finger. And if it's not pointy enough for you, you can always go back with a little bit more and just put some finishing touches on the tail. And then you have some fierce pointy brows. I'm going to do the other brows so you can see how it looks overall done. So that is both my brows done. Always I set the creamy concealer that I do use with powder, but since I'm doing 2 other brows, I'm not going to set it. But always do set underneath your brows when you're using concealer so it can last. So that really helps. And those are my pointy brows. There's so much New York sounds going on outside with motorcycles because now it's better outside. It's actually spring this last week and this week, so everybody is outside making all types of noise when I'm doing videos. What am I to do? Alright, next set of brows are going to be my straight brows. I remember wearing this 2 years ago. I loved wearing straight brows. My rule for doing straight brows, I like them thick. They make it look so much youthful. Your face looks more youthful with thick straight brows. When I'm doing a standard arched brow, I usually go with a thin brow with a nice arch. That's what I kind of like. So this brow I'm going to do is straight brows. So this is how I start off with. Same as before, I pick up products, a good amount, and I start in the middle. So I'm going to straighten out my brows. I start with the baseline. I am going to draw underneath my brows and go straight across. Okay? I'm not worrying about how nice and perfect it is right now because I always go back and perfect with concealer. I'm going to go up on top of my brows and just bring it down, straight down like that. I just make a little point just to see where I'm at. And I go back in with the little products and lightly put products in the beginning of my brows. So I'm going to start off at the bottom. And I'm going to cut straight across. Oh man, I have to wait for this because this is crazy. Okay, the alarms went off. Man, that's annoying to hear. Okay, what I was saying was that I'm going to go straight across instead of trying to make an arch. Okay. And I'm going to go on top and make sure it's straight. Like that. I don't usually conceal the top of my brows. We're doing a straight brow. I need everything to come off straight. I'm going to go back in with brow product and make a nice little point at the edge. And that's pretty much my straight brow. So that's my straight brow. I'm going to go back, do the other brow, and I'll be right back. So these are my straight brows. They're really similar to my standard arch brow because I don't have too much arch in my natural brows, and I used to do the whole cutting off of the ends of my brows and like doing whatever, but I kind of didn't like that look anymore because you can see my brows and then you can see pencil at the end. So I just kind of work around how my brows naturally grow. So these are my straight brows. As you can see, I don't emphasize so much on any arch. I just try to go straight across and have a little tail at the end. Okay, now for my usual brow, my regular brows. These are my standard arch brows. I am going to comb through because my brows have been through it just now. Those last 2 brows have been scraping off this and scraping off that to get back to scratch. Alright, so no product. Standard brows. So what I do, really similar to the last one, I am going to take product, start in the middle, and just emphasize going diagonal basically in the middle of my brows. Ooh, the outside lighting just changed. I do love natural lighting for videos, it's just so beautiful, but this happens and I just can't deal. Alright, hopefully the sun is gonna come out of the clouds real quick, but let's continue. I am going diagonal basically in the middle of my brow and then make like an arch right here and make a point. Then I fill in the top and fill the front of my brows. So I turn the brush like this when I'm going for the front of my brows so I can have more surface to cover. And I use the tip again to work the baseline of my brows. You see, because with the straight brow, I just kind of go straight across with a little tail at the end. And this one, you could obviously, I'm going straight and then making a really thin, long tail at the end of my brows. Now I'm going to go in with concealer and make it perfect. So I'm going over the little hairs that I do have here and right along the tail. I'm going to go, I don't usually go on top, but it looks a little bit bulky up here. So I'm going to thin it out just a little bit. And just fill in the place where you need more product, like up here is looking a little bit sparse. And I'm going to go back in with my spoolie as always and feather the front of my brows. Alright, and that is my arched standard brow. I'm going to do the other brow and I'll be right back. And that's pretty much my regular straight brows. Always remember that your brows are sisters, not twins. They are not going to look perfectly the same. But I really like how these brows came out. Those are my arched brows. And since these are my last brows I am going to show you, I'm going to show you how I set them. And that's pretty much it. So I take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. And I use the color Nutmeg. This color right here. It's a nice setting powder, but what I always used was my MSF Natural in Deep Dark to set my face and set my underneath my brows all the time. But since I ran out of that, Anastasia Nutmeg works just fine for me. And since naturally when going in with product you pick up the most product, I start off underneath my arch just to have the most product there. And then I spread it out to set where I place concealer. So that is pretty much it for my brow tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoy this. I was looking so forward to doing this video. I love natural lighting, setting, and just doing simple tutorials for you guys. Hopefully this was really helpful and easy to follow because I know it's really hard to talk through while doing your eyebrows and also doing wing liner. So I really do hope you guys liked. And if you liked it, you know what to do. Like this video, share. If you haven't, subscribe. Do subscribe. And all my social medias will be down below. And comments about what was your favorite brows. For me today it was the pointy brow because I haven't done that in a long while and I just love how it looks. It's so editorial. I don't know, I really like how it looks. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and viewing my videos. I love that so much. So thank you so much for viewing. And I will see you in another video. Bye.